Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Wednesday, January 17th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 3 of 2024, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 18 degrees with a high of 25 and a low of -1. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, conversation, pretty pictures, just all sorts of things. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always fun. And welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact, and there's a bunch of you. That's great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who will see this broadcast after the fact when I download it to my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right. So I hope everybody is keeping warm. Live. It is week 2. We're supposed to be in the 60s next week. I love it. Can't come soon enough for me, I'll tell you. All right. Give me a second to finish setting up my extra monitor here. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday to one and all, says Maggie. Hi, Maggie. Hello, Sandy. All right. So, as you can see, I found my little guy. He wandered off. That's what gnomes do. I guess he just wanted to explore my studio and see what was going on. But what really happened is I was recording flip-throughs on my other books for uploading to YouTube. And what I'll do is when I'm doing a flip through, if I've colored a page out of it, I'll include that page. Well, I've got a stack of drawings or colorings, and when I put my stack down, I put it down on top of my gnome, and then when I picked it up, I picked up the gnome with it and put him with my stack. And that's why I couldn't find him. I was going crazy. And I was sitting here at my table after the broadcast, and it just dawned on me that that's what had happened. So lo and behold, I go over to my stack. He's sitting there. And do you know that he had the audacity, I got it, to gripe at me for taking so long. So what took you so long? But we found him. So I think we'll flip back to working on him. And so last night, because I couldn't find him, we started on this piece. So when I'm done with him, which actually we don't really have too much more to go, then we'll go ahead and do this one. Now, for those of you that are new, yeah, maybe my cat hid it from me. So, like I said, we don't have too much more to go, and then we'll continue on this little cutie. Now, I lost my little choo-choo train of thought. So, for those of you that are new, I always do what I call a duet coloring, It's from one of my books, and I make it available for free in my my Facebook group, and you can download it and then color it with me. And I always suggest that you pace me because it's a teaching tool. All right. So the gnome ran off and hid. I got him back. Everybody's happy. Shout out to Mamie Hickstead. Hi, Mamie. Mamie's still trying to figure out how to be able to comment. She says that she watches every night. So Mamie, hello. I hope you figure it out. I'd love to have you be able to come in. Okay. So we've been working on his hat. Let me put this other piece off to the side. I've got a few more little doodads on his hat that I want to do. And then I'm going to do the flowers. The three amigos are here. Hello, Linda. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Wally. So Wally, when I was flipping through my Sweets and Treats book and I had that candy dish, I gave everybody the little story about how you were intrigued about it and colored it along with Linda. And no, I didn't use your name. So that was pretty cool. Okay. So let me get on the stick here. So I went to get some groceries from Walmart. That's right, Wally, that is your masterpiece. It truly is. You did a really good job on that. And you guys know that I'm truthful. Right, Moggy? Sometimes to a fault.
You'll need an app for me to help with that. Try searching in the Apple Watch app on your phone.
And you did a good job. I don't know if you've ever colored before, but gosh, it turned out beautifully. And my pipes are still frozen. They will be frozen until next week, so I had to order in water, which I absolutely hated to do because, personally speaking, I think it's obscene to buy water. But I had to do it. So I did. And I felt so sorry for the guy. Oh. Yeah, Mamie's getting a message that she can't chat. Something about permissions, and we're trying to figure it out. I suggested that she delete the YouTube app and reinstall it. Okay. So let me get going here. We're working in shades of orange. The only way that you can get Larry to drink water is by buying it in bottles. Really? Well, I'm speaking for myself, obviously. All right, so we're going to put a little bit of dark orange on here. It's just not something, with bottled water, it's just not something that I am personally comfortable with. Oh, you're going to put your parrot to bed. Okay. See you in a little bit, Crystal. You know, Maggie, what you should do? Buy a case of water. Get the empties from Larry discreetly. Fill it up with tap water. Oh, he'll be able to tell, though, it's been opened, right? Never mind. I was going to say, and just substitute the water. All right, so there's a darker orange, and now I'm going to come in with a lighter orange. I'm just getting this little flower here taken care of. And if anybody is new here, you can get this image in my Facebook group. I always load up a duet. And this time, actually, I put 3 out for you guys. All right. And then we've got a little squidgy thing here. I'm in the upper right-hand corner. So I'm going to pop in a little bit of red in the center, and then I'm going to surround that with orange. So let's get that red in there. And then we'll pop in our orange. And in the center, I'm going to put a little bit of yellow. So for those of you that are coloring with me, did you print out all 3? I mean, I know a number of you had our gnomes that were on the bench. All right, let's put some yellow in here. Oh, good grief. Let's just completely break the point. Linda, you got all three. Maggie, you did good, 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 good. I've actually got several books on the way so I can do flip throughs. Okay, so see this little outline here? Good grief, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Okay, I'm healthy. 3. So I'm going to, okay, Crystal, thank you. Crystal, did I remember that your bird is called Jade? Okay, so I've got a light orange right here next to that leaf. God bless me 3 times. Thank you, Maggie. And then I'm going to come in with a darker orange. I thought that's what I remembered, Crystal. And then I'm going to trace around the outside of this with that darker orange. And you know I'm going to have to use a tissue and then I'll apologize. Oh my gosh, Sandy, what's going on? Have you been sick? Okay, Sandy, you said I'm doing better. I got sick last night. Oh. I see it. I'm so sorry, Sandy. Oh, Sandy. Prayers for you to get better soon. Okay, and then I'm going to pop over to the left-hand side. I'm just pulling out so you can see where the heck I am. I'm right here. We're going to go ahead and put some orange over there. So I'm using my darker orange. Welcome to everybody that's coming in. This image is available to you for free so you can color along. I always do a duet in the first part of my broadcast. And my second image that I'm doing is from Worlds of Wonders. Oh, you missed the lunch on top of that. Oh. And then I'm just going to touch up this green a little bit. So we've got the olive green, and we've got our regular greens. I'll tell you, I felt so sorry for my delivery person today. Oh, so anyway, I think I started the story about Walmart and didn't finish it. So I was going to order some stuff from Walmart because I was really out of a lot of things. I've been holding off because of the bad weather here, the Arctic cold, and I went to get a delivery, which is usually next day. Now, mind you, today's Wednesday, so this was Tuesday. So Tuesday, I go to get a delivery, and everything is booked up until Saturday. That was the soonest I could get anything. It was bizarre. But of course expected. It's just been wild. How are temperatures in your area, guys? All right, let me pull out. So now what I'm doing here is I'm hitting all my doodads. Don't get sloppy with them. So there's a light orange on that little dot. And then a little bit of dark orange. I really was trying to be respectful to the delivery people by holding off my order, but I just couldn't do it anymore. And as a result, I got pushed back to Saturday. So Sandy, 17 and cold till Monday. Not a lot of snow. Okay. Maggie, you're at 36. And it shouldn't get much colder. Excellent. Belle, you're going to go... you said your temperatures are great. And Thursday, you're going to go shopping at Publix, grocery store, and Target. Yeah. Okay, I'm at the tip of this thing. I'm going to add a little bit of orange. I did a light pink. And then come back with my pinks. So tomorrow's high is 69 for you. And then you drop off overnight to mid-20s. Crazy. Hi, Karen. So Crystal in Nova Scotia, -2 Celsius, 28 degrees for us here. Thank you for converting that. Karen, you got 13 and going down to 6. Yeah, I've got 16 and going down to -2. So for all of you people that were complaining about summer temperatures, how is it? We complain in the summer about it being too hot and then complain in the winter about it being too cold. All right, so let's do around the brim of this hat. Oh my gosh, isn't this ridiculously cute? So I'm going to work on the left hand corner here. Now, we still have to do the shading on the hat. We did the ivory, but we still need to take care of some of this shading. Okay. Who is that directed at, Moggy? All of us? Me? Okay, light pinkish orange. Yeah, Linda, your weather's like ours. But apparently next week, though, it's supposed to be, like I said, warming up trend. Okay, here's my pinkish orange. Well, Moggy, we could all bring our coloring supplies. Oh, this is just too cute, I'm telling you. So this is my lighter orange. It's my pinkish orange. And then I'm going to add a little bit of my darker orange. Notice how I'm pulling that around the edges here. And about halfway on that loop on the bottom. And now on that next flower that's up a little bit, so Maggie, how did Larry get into the habit of drinking bottled water? Okay, now this next flower up here, it's darker, so I'm going to go into reds. And I'm going to do a deep red in the center. I'm going to add a little bit of brown to that, just to make it darker yet. And then I'm going to come in with a lighter red for the outside. Scratch that. I'm going to go with an orange. My darker orange. There we go. Much better. What really surprised me, that having not purchased bottled water, it was only like, what, $6 or something like that? So he does a lot of yard work and would get so hot you would take him a bottle instead of a Dr. Pepper, yeah. And now he drinks it on his own, but only from bottles, even to take his medications. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that he's drinking a lot of water. That's all I drink. Okay, so there's my darker orange with my red. And we'll do a red spot up here. Oh, this cap is so ridiculously pretty. Yeah, I drink a ton of water. Okay, let me pull out so you can see what's going on with this. Isn't that ridiculously cute? And again, for anybody that's new, that's watching, welcome. Welcome. I'm just going to shade in a little orange here. Please speak up and we can get this image to you and you can color along. In fact, we'll get 3 images to you. Okay, let me pop over now to the right-hand side. And we've got this little flower right in the center of his forehead. I've decided that I'm going to do another similar book with gnomes, cuties. Oh, there's a title. Cutie Gnomes Jubilee. And this gnome book, Valentine's Gnomes, has released. The cutie gnomes aren't loaded with hearts. This one is, of course, for Valentine's. So this next book will just be cutie gnomes in different situations. Can I add a mushroom to what, Crystal? Oh, you just went ahead and bought 2 of the Valentine's and Christmas Gnomes books. Oh my gosh, thank you, Belle. That's wonderful. And you're gifting them. The next book that's coming up has a gnome or a mushroom house in it. So we'll get a gnome in there too. Crystal, thank you so much. No, Belle, no. Sorry. Belle, I really appreciate your purchases. Yeah, Crystal loves mushroom houses. Yeah. All right, let's get this center flower. Guys, if you have a particular like on books, message me if you have Messenger. All right, let's get some red on here. And here's some orange. Yeah, we can do gnomes for different seasons. And then back to my lighter orange in our light section. And then my darker orange at the bottom. Oh, ridiculously cute. How's everybody doing on their pieces? And see, as we're doing this outside, that's really starting to bring in these center flowers to bear. All right, let me roll over here. I'm to the right of his hat. Here's our light orange. Carry that out a little further. And then we're going to pop in with some red. Sandy, you holding up okay? And then I'm going to put a little bit of brown in the center. I'm using a medium brown. Now, when I put this piece together for you guys, I added the butterfly. I thought that would be ridiculously cute. And as I mentioned to you, when I put my pages together, I like to go through and add things. But it's so seamless, you'd never know that. I like to spice up my pages a little bit. All right, so let's go to the right here. Orange. And then I'm going to come in with my Faber-Castell 103, which is my ivory. Karen, your sound is muted. Crystal, could you help Karen with that? Because you accidentally muted your sound too. Ask her if she's doing that on purpose. Probably not. Okay, so here's our ivory. And I'm going to carry that out to the edge. And then I'm going to tell everybody how blessed I feel that you guys are in my group. I'll bet you weren't expecting that. All right. And then I'm going to take a gold pencil, and I'm going to run that gold around the rim. Check it out. Be sure to turn your pencil, of course, to keep your sharp point. Oh, that looks good. And then I'm going to come back this way. And carry this gold down the other side. Could somebody ask Karen if that worked for her, that she got it unmuted? Take your time, get a nice smooth line. And we'll skip over that little flower and do the other side. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Isn't that precious? Okay. Now we have shaded parts of this hat. So I'm going to use a very light, the pencil is called Peach Skin. This is the color. So the last comment that I'm seeing is it should unmute. Can we do a chat check? Oh, there we go. Crystal said, Karen, did it work for you? I got it. So I'm going to use this light color on the shaded area of the hat. And of course, this is back to the discussion. You know, we talk about oh, Karen, it worked. Yay. We talk about shading gray. We talk about putting gray on gray. Trust me, it makes a difference. Is everybody clear on the color? Let me show it to you again. It's almost like a skin tone color. Hi, Barbara. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Barbara, I'll pull out in the center and you can see what in a second, and you'll see what we're working on. Now, the purpose of this pencil. Oh yeah, we can see you. Barbara, I've got a fantastic group of people, very, very friendly. Barbara, where are you from and are you staying warm? All right, let me pull up. So we'll go back up here. I'm going to carefully blend that a little bit with my finger. Okay, and now I'm going to use this, continue to use this. Down the side where my hat is a little bit darker. The whole idea here is that we want this shading to be very subtle. And because basically that this is a skin tone, it's adding a little bit of that peachy color in here. You're from Indiana, trying to stay warm. Cold temps made my O-rings in your fuel injector shrink and leak gas. Oh. You stay in and get my kitties on your lap so they keep you warm. Excellent. Hey, my water pipes are frozen. So I had to buy water. Oh, you used to be here all the time, so you're an old friend. Okay. Well, old friend, I'm glad you're back. So tell me, are you able to print out these pictures in color with us? Do you adult color, or are you just hanging around? I like it when people hang out with me. Got a little carried away here on my red. And obliterated the edges, so I just got to go back and fix that. Oh, Maggie was a newbie when you were here. Oh, you can print in color. You haven't in a while. Well, I've got 3 gnome pictures that I've given away in my group, if you care to print them out in color. And if you don't feel like coloring, just hang out for the companionship. All right. So I'm going to work on the center of this flower. I want to start. And I'm going to start on these little tiny thingies in the center. And I'm going to put yellow on them to start out. Barbara, how many kitties do you have? I had 3. Now I'm down to 1. Now you want your yellow to be pretty vibrant here. And you'll see why in a moment. You just got a smart TV in your bedroom and thought I would see if I could find you on YouTube. Excellent. We'll lay back and enjoy the broadcast. I'll tell you, in this weather, I feel sorry for the people that have electric cars. You were talking about your injection rings. People with electric cars are finding out that they can't charge their batteries in this cold weather. You had 3 and was down to 1. That's my situation. A year ago, I got 2 kittens. So you've got 3 inside. And there are 4 that come around from outside. Okay, so check out our yellow. Now we're going to put some orange on there. And I'm basically keeping the orange near the bottom. So our combo is going to be the yellow and the orange. Well, Barbara, I'm glad you came back to visit. That's great. Hopefully you'll make a habit of it. So check out how cute that orange and yellow combo looks. Oh, you were here when Helen had her tumble. Wasn't that something down the hill? And she came on to do a live anyway. A little banged up, but she looked good. I felt so bad for her. Helen is terrified of doctors and needles. You are an oldie but a goodie. I love it. Okay. Center of flower. Black. So now that orange is really going to stand out. And notice how I'm taking that black all the way up to the orange on this right-hand side. And then I'm going to come in with a medium gray. I think one time we did have two Sandys. People come and go. So we have medium gray. And I need to blend out that black, so I'm just going to get lighter and lighter with it. And then I'm actually going to use the Faber-Castell 103 for a little bit of light in there. And then I'm going to come back here in with my Sharpie, my ultra fine point Sharpie. And I'm going to add dots. We do detail in this group, don't we? Okay, now you want to pull a dark, medium, and light orange. Let's see here. Barbara, what do you mean by different kinds of grayscales? All right. So we're going to start our darkest orange near the base. Let me show you what I'm using. It's somewhat of an orangey brown. So let's go ahead and start that. Bennett Klein Pictures, some grayscale. But they are way darker than your gnome. So you got to wondering if there is such a thing as light grayscale. Absolutely there is. Some artists who are not coming to mind at the moment like to use the light grayscale. And when I put my books out, I'll change it up. So short answer is yes, ma'am, there is. Anybody know offhand who the artists are that have light grayscale? Hey, Kathy. Kathy, I'll pull out in a second so you can see where we are on our little gnome guy. And let's turn this. Do any of you own an electric car? Okay, let me pull out. So this is how we're looking. Hey, Kathy, so here's our full piece. Now, Kathy, I misplaced this picture last night, so I started up on gnome picture number 2 as a fill-in. So, Kathy, Sandy says no and never. So this is the other image that we're working on. Crystal, you have a gas Jeep Cherokee. Yeah. Barbara, no for me and never either. Yeah, I had no idea that they would have charging problems in cold weather, although it makes sense if you think about it. So I'm back to this little guy because I'd like to finish him up. Okay. Yes, he is a cutie. Now, when you come in with your medium orange, you don't want to go too dark. No, I don't think that electric cars are ideal in an emergency either. So I'm coming in with a medium pink. Don't go dark with your pink at all. And then for the top, I'm actually going to come in with a very light orange. Let me double check something here. I'm actually going to change that to a light pink. Now when we do the very top, you don't want to disturb that little white spot. And that white spot is going to give us that look of being translucent, just like his cheeks. Check out how cute that is. So here's my medium. Make sure that you blend your edges where the color changes over. And then our light. How pretty is that? Here's our medium. Belle, your sister owns a wheel business. She's a no on electric cars, but a yes on a hybrid. Oh yeah, I could see a hybrid working. So Barbara, yeah, Jeff Haney has some grayscale. You blame cold weather for not thinking of that earlier. Yeah, Jeff's stuff tends to be a little heavier. Okay, here's our medium. Let me turn this. Now this goes back to dark at the top. So we'll do that. And then our light color in that little bulge. Jeff's doing great. He was on a trip to Egypt and he was having a ball. He was posting about it. And he ran into some stray cats there, so of course he was posting about that too. Gotta love our Jeff. Okay, here's our medium. And then our light. Sharpen that. I'm going to run over a little on time because I don't want to stop this flower in the middle of things. Little teeny tiny circles. I don't know if Jeff is home by now, but oh my gosh. I haven't seen a recent post from him, so he may be traveling home. Okay, there's our medium. And our light. Yeah, a lot of people are unhappy with their electric cars because they've been left stranded. Here's our medium. Oh yeah, we had a great color along with them with the bling. Remember how surprised he was when I was adding that stuff? And then remember how open he was to discussing the lightness and darkness of his coloring books? He said he really appreciated the feedback and he changed them. Okay, I'm going to go right into light right here. And what was so funny is the next piece we did with him, he went all out on adding the bling. You remember that? So we made a convert. There's my medium. Here's my light. That was so funny. Jeff is very real and very honest. Here's my medium. Praise God that he got over his prostate cancer issue. And here's our light. And notice how I'm back blending to smooth all of that out. Can't be a bad person if you're a cat person. Amen. Ha ha. Amen. 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 Amen for cats. Oh my. Barbara got me going. Oh, how pretty is this? Okay, now I'm going to go right to my light pink on this last little leaf, petal. I'll tell you what, another thing about electric cars that people don't realize. Barbara, Kathy volunteers at a cat and dog sanctuary shelter. I don't know if you knew that. Oh, check out how cool this flower looks with those light edges. Now, this is one of those times when I'm not going to put any pencil over the top of that white. I want it to stand out. But I am going to come back and on the lightest portion of my pinks, remember I did my light, medium, and dark, I'm going to tint in some orange. Check it out. Look at the difference between that one petal and the other ones. Isn't that beautiful? And you can distinctly see where I'm putting in the orange. I'm not pile driving my orange in at all. I'm tinting it in. And you guys are getting a great lesson about the beauty of pinks and oranges together. And guess what? I'm going to stop my orange right there. So I'm going to leave these top petals, just the pink, the bottoms that have the orange on it. Isn't that cool? Guys, can you see that whole flower, or is the chat window covering it up? There we go. My chat was covering it up. Isn't that drop dead beautiful? Okay, let me pull out. And you can see the whole effect. Any questions? We done good. I think we're in good shape. And then there's the whole thing. All right, Johanna Bosford. Worlds of Wonder. Next piece. Welcome to everybody that's popping in. Please don't be shy about saying hello. Let me pull out. Worlds of Wonder. So last night we were working on the bottle top where my pencil was doing weird things on the paper, so I covered it up with a bow that I had and a little ladybug. I still do not know why my paper is doing this. It's just weird. Let me do something real quick here. Any questions on this piece? I'm not happy with this area at all. It really gave me a lot of trouble. But if trouble is your middle name, no issues. I gotta quit messing with it. So here's where we are so far. And then I started working along the bottom. And I have an olive green. That I'm doing the light and the dark with on these, whatever they are. And I was showing you how you can shade up these a little bit differently. And I worked on this middle segment here. Now, the colors on my greenery are this light green for a reason, because, of course, they're underwater. So we don't want to be doing anything like we do with trees. It kind of looks like kelp. And then the other pieces here are the pinks and the oranges. So let me move over to my area on the left. Again, this is Worlds of Wonder by Johanna Bosford. I don't think I showed you the front of the book. Maybe I did. And I thought that this 2-page object would be cool. Every once in a while I do a 2-pager. All right. So let's continue with our kelp green. I'm just going to clean up a little bit around the outside here. And remember, when we're doing color, we always want to work in our shades, right? Now, I normally work with, we work with 3 shades, but 2 is enough for what we're doing on this. These are very simple objects. And we don't want to go overboard with this. And notice how I'm shading these up a little bit differently. So I started the top here, I crossed over down to the bottom right. And if anybody that's watching has any questions, please speak up. That's why I'm live. Barbara, you still hanging with us? And guys, don't forget, if I'm chatting with you, if you need to step out, please just do a BRB or just say, hey, I'm calling it an evening. Oh, pretty. Okay, so we've got this middle section done. We'll tweak that a little bit. And then we'll pop over to our next segment here. Now, I keep mentioning to you, a lot of times you'll see people, especially new coloring people, they'll start a project and then get frustrated with it because they say it looks ugly or the colors look bad or whatever the case may be. You have to remember that when you're coloring something, it tends to go through an ugly phase. And right now, this is an ugly phase with our kelp here because there's nothing around it to balance off the colors. So stop criticizing your pieces when you start a page. Keep going with it and see how it plays out. And if you spill on it or have an accident with your page, work around the spill. Incorporate it into your piece. That helps you grow. Sandy, you're going to call it a night? Sandy, thank you for stopping by. And the other thing I always tell you is take your time. Coloring is absolutely, you're going to rest. Oh, again, Sandy, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well. But thank you for coming in, even when you weren't feeling well. I hope the gnome picture cheered you up a little bit. Now I'm going to go over the edge of this piece right here and darken that a little bit because we want some dimension to make it look like it's in front of everything else. Same with this. And same over here. Catch the detail, guys. And I'm actually going to take a little bit of Payne's Gray. You want to go out? I'm actually going to take a little bit of Payne's Gray. And I'm going to swipe in a little bit of gray. Not much. Very, very lightly. And be sure to blend it out. So let's add just a little bit over here. You just want that little bit of shadow. I am barely touching the paper. And then we'll blend that out with the medium. In other words, the darker of the two greens. Doesn't that look cool? Let me pull out so you can see the effect and let you appreciate it a little more. That gray makes quite a difference. Okay. And look at the difference between this cluster of the greens and these two here. So we'll add our shading and then blend it out. Add our shading. Blend it out. Oh, how neat. Now, while I'm doing that, Karen, good night. I love it when you stop by. Did you have fun? Okay. I'm going back to the other cluster of plants. We'll go ahead and drop a little shading on that. Doesn't take much, about 2 passes of the pencil. Okay, Karen, good. And then the darker of the 2 greens, we'll blend that. Are you learning something? All right, and let me pop over to this little cluster on the far left. Payne's Gray. It really looks pretty cool when you do this. But the trick is you've got to blend it. Otherwise, you're just going to have splotches of gray on your piece. How cool does that look? So, Belle, you may come in late tomorrow. You may not make it at all. I have commitments. Okay, well, thank you for letting me know. You know, with this weather, if you aren't able to pop in, we might wonder. Or we will wonder. Okay, so let's pop over to the far right. So we'll go ahead and shade some of these up. Hey, Belle, tell us about your channel on YouTube. I see that you visit stores and video while you're doing that. Okay, so we have our shading here. All right. So you shop because I know a lot of people can't get out and shop. Okay. You're a grow channel that helps and supports many people. Would you explain to me what that means, a grow channel? Okay, so let's work with our darker green a little bit more. I've never heard that term, grow channel. I try to get people to their destination. Okay. And what does that mean? Okay, our darkest gray, Payne's gray. Now I'm going to add that little bit of tint for our shadow. Barely touching the paper. You're connected to many different kinds of people: coin people, scrap people, coloring book people, or painting people, cards people, baseball lover people. All right. And those are the subjects that you talk about? Okay, I'm putting the shadow on here. Let's say you like to cook. I have a lot of cooking channels connected to me, and we just push you over there, okay? So that's why you said that you were mentioning my group on your broadcast, in order to give people that information, right? Which, of course, I appreciate. Okay, check out how I'm blending. We'll soften these edges. What is a good blend? When one color what? Seamlessly disappears into the next. Crystal has a channel on gems and gemstones and jewelry. I told her I was creating a coloring book around that. Crystal, you're working on your blending? Good. Okay, let me pull out. Oh, and you don't sell anything to the people who come in. Oh, you used to hand make jewelry. Neat. You and Crystal need to talk. My goal with coloring, adult coloring, is of course to teach it. Teach and demonstrate it. And then the reason that I'm on every night, which a lot of people can't be, is I want to be here for people so that they know that when they want companionship, I'm here. Okay. I'm thinking that I want to kind of... Oh, Belle, you've watched me behind the scenes? Yeah. So you know why I'm here. And actually, when I first started out, I wasn't doing anything with coloring books. But since, of course, I have an interest in them, that's when I ended up publishing them. People were asking me to publish coloring books. So I thought, okay. I will do that. So I did. Okay, so I'm going to treat these puffy things kind of like sand dollars. And I have a little bit of area here that I missed. With my orange and my pink. So we'll go ahead and catch that up. Okay, I'm doing a combination of a brownish red I need to move camera just a little bit. Okay, Kathy, thank you. Oh, and Belle, you also teach people things you learned about coloring and technology. Oh, neat. What kind of things? Like if I mention your name in a video, you can hit on your iPhone mentions and you will see where people talk about the channel. Oh, you told people about the extension for the pencils. Good. All right, check out my darker ends on this little thing. I've got something in mind for these little puffy thingies. I think you'll like it. And then I'm bringing in a gold. And then I'm going to soften my blend. check it out. Oh, you also give gifts to certain channels. Like Life with Ron helps Salvation Army homeless with socks. Fixing to send back packbacks to the Kids Salvation Army. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I sure appreciate the gifts that you've been sending us. I may be on a severe budget, but I make it work. And I get to do my broadcast every night. Oh, you give birthday gifts to your friends on YouTube. How cool is that? That is very, very generous of you. Well, Belle, if you have any areas that you need help with, let me know. That's why I do this channel. All right, check out our mix now. And isn't that a pretty color combo? Now, again, when you first do this, it looks weird. And I'm sure that when you looked at this color combo on this first piece, you went, really? But it works out. It really does. Oh, you have a friend. She just had a grandbaby, and I'm going to go see it as soon as I can. Too cute. How far away does that friend live? Hopefully not too far. Or are you going to make a trip out of it, Belle? And go out? Okay. Go on, go. Oh, is this pretty? And guys, while I'm thinking about it, if you would do me a favor and hit that like button, I would really appreciate it. Oh, in Mississippi, you might take a train. And another friend might go with you. Oh, I've known several people who've taken trains and they really enjoyed it. Come on. Okay, now we need to blend our edges. Belle, do you travel a lot? And then I'm going to soften my edges. And that looks awfully pretty. I want to stay a while and enjoy her. You went once and you had a good time. Neat. All right. And I meant about you seeing your friend and having a good time. All right, check out our color combo here. It's so pretty. All right, let's pop over to this next set. And we've got a set of 5, so that's going to look really neat with this. And we've got some, I think, well, I guess they're little glass orbs or bubbles. Now, notice when I go around the outside, how rough I make the edges on that little teeny tiny one. And I'm doing it actually on all of them. You don't want to color in an exact circle. So here's our outside with our darker color. And then we come in with our light. You have encouraged a lot of people to color that are stressed out. And amazing, they are very talented. Oh, Belle, exactly. Part of my audience are also people that, for example, are disabled and can't get out. Perhaps you could tell your audience about my channel so that they can color with me. You sent the 2 coloring books to a guy in Hawaii. He's coloring. Neat. Have him come in. You and I are definitely on the same page about the coloring and stress. Oh, how cute is this? All right. Let's make sure I'm not covering this up with my hand. And wait until you see what I do with these little doodads. Yeah, I don't do my channel this for money. But it did just so happen that I realized I could publish my own coloring books. And then those are the ones I do a duet out of, so that works out really well. So because I have great images that I've picked and put in my coloring books, that really makes a great teaching opportunity for me. So it dovetails really well. I'll tell you, you wouldn't believe the messages that I get from people because I'm here for them. It's very rewarding. All right, had a little spot that I went over on. Barbara, you still hanging with us? Well, Barbara, I hope you're enjoying the pictures. Okay, let's do this one last one here, and then I can come in with my blending. Now, don't be afraid to use your different colors. People on these flowers would probably use greens and blues, but I want you to look at the alternative. That's why I'm using the colors that I am. Oh, how pretty. Let me pull out just a little bit so you can get a full view. And then I'm going to come back with my second color. We'll go ahead and back blend over our first color. Don't forget to turn your pencil. Belle, good night. I'm about to wrap up in about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. And let me sharpen. That was Vicky, by the way, that made that noise. She's getting restless. Make sure you get a good blend. Hang with me, please. Although I still may make it in time. Snack time, you better believe it. It's just, like I said, uncanny. She knows when it rolls around. I've been snacking on those little miniature pretzels and tortilla chips at the same time, and the combo is really good. Tastes good. Okay, let me pull out so you can see this. It's really pretty. And if you need to blend up a little bit to soften that edge, Go ahead and do that. Any questions? I'm about to wrap up. Finger blend. And I want you to notice how these colors are picking up what's in the jar. Okay, guys, this is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, it's joyous coloring. Love on each other. That's what our group is known for. So tonight we worked on the Johanna Bosford. And we worked on our missing gnome. Hope you learned something. Hope you had fun. Thank you for the company. That's always appreciated. We'll see what we can get into tomorrow night. All right, guys. Take care. Keep warm. Stay safe. And have a great rest of the evening. Till next time then. Barbara, good night and welcome back. Mamie, I hope you enjoyed the broadcast as well. Okay, take care. Bye.